Hi, Capricorn. Hello. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. To your message tonight, we are going to be looking into predictions around the future as it pertains to the energy of Capricorn, your sign. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Thank you for coming by. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to read for you. If you would be so kind to like, share, comment, it does help my channel to grow. And for those that may need the message, it helps it to become seen. Okay. Again, this is a general read. So if you're looking for something personal, you can hit me up in my email. Or if you just want to say hello, you have questions, you can hit me up in my email as well. And so today we will be using a deck that was given to me by one of my friends and mentors. It is my Ancient Stones deck. And I like this deck. It actually talks a lot about stones, which hold energy. Stones hold sacred energy. In case we didn't know, crystals, right, hold energy. That's why you will see them all through history, all through every belief system. They all talked about stones and crystals having some type of protective or healing power. There's some reference to the earth. That's all it is the earth that has been processed in some type of way, shape, or form. And now it holds some type of intensified energy within it. And so that's what we're using today, this deck, which is very interesting. I'm so thankful for her thinking of me. And so I have pulled out excuse me, I hate touching my nose, but it always itches when I start reading. So I pulled out your oracle card. So we're going to start there, and then we'll work our way into tarot to get more information. Sound like a deal? Let's do it. I'm going to turn this down just a tad bit more. There we go. And see what energies are actually waiting you in the future, okay? So the first card that came out for you is returning. And what really stood out to me, the focus of this card is around spiral journey, growth, renewal, and healed, right? And what stood out to me was the labyrinth on the ground. This is the walkway, the pathway, the way to the portal, to the entrance into this place. And the labyrinth actually stood out to me, which in many ways represents some experience of direction and wisdom. When we talk about a labyrinth, we're talking about going through twists and turns. And it reminds me of life, the journey of life overall, how when we are young, we tend to think life is going to be really simple, right? That is the biggest, most cruelest joke, right, that was ever played on us, is to think that we are going to just have life the way we want it. I remember having so many different things that I said I was going to do in high school. Particularly one instance is coming up for me. I was in some type of craft class, and we had the opportunity of looking through magazines. And one thing that really stood out, I've always been very aesthetic. And so decoration always stood out. And there was something that just really grabbed my attention, and it was the glass walls. And these walls were made of glass stones or glass squares that were, or they're glass cubes is what they were, because they were like 3-dimensional. And I was like, I'm going to have one of these. I remember Spirit's bringing that up right now for some reason. And I could have swore up and down I was going to have me a nice little mansion with glass walls. And it was just plain as day, right? You couldn't tell me nothing different. But I say that to say many times when we're young, our illusion of life is the greatest and it's the most potent, because we have no idea that it's not going to be as simple as it sounds, or as, magazines or TV or social media nowadays, right? Makes it look. It's not. I wish it was straight from A to B, but it's not. Many times there's many twists and turns, right? There's many times that we come right back around pretty close to where we started, but all of this is necessary. There's an experience that we're getting, through all of these twists and turns to get to the doorway of where it is that we need to be to cross over into the next part of our journey. And who knows what's going to be waiting on the other side of the door. But I say that to say that's what this reminded me of when I looked at this labyrinth or this maze. It reminded me of the delusion of believing that life is going to be really simple and it's going to be like from A to B, but it's anything but that. And so this returning is some type of repeat, right? That you'll be having. There's some type of cycle possibly that you'll be repeating. But this time you may in fact be more wise, right? You may in fact be able to navigate this from a whole different perspective this time. And though you'll be repeating it, there's something that you'll be getting out of this growth. Some kind of renewal or healing will come out of this spiral action or this spiral part of your journey. So in the future, there's something that you'll be repeating, or there's some lesson or pattern or cycle or experience is really what I'm getting. You'll be going through it again. But it's not going to be the same you going through it. You're a whole different person now. And so the whole experience and the perception of the experience is going to be different now that you are learned and a little bit more mastered within yourself. It's going to be totally different. But you're going to find yourself returning to some experience that you've had that feels very familiar from the past here. The next card is Stepping Stones. Stepping Stones is inviting you to take the next step. Go ahead and take the next step. And don't overthink it. Keep it simple and stay focused, right? Again, that concept of A to B, it doesn't really happen like that. But it happens small increments of movements many times at a time. If we're lucky, we'll enter into special circumstances or portals, or we'll have a special assistance, or we'll enter into the special energy, right? And we have names for that. Like we could call it a miracle or some type of phenomenon, right? We have names for it, but it's some type of special occurrence or some special energy for a certain amount of time that allows us sometimes to overstep certain small steps and take a large leap, or have some type of advance to the future, or forward rather, not to the future, but some type of quantum leap is a good way to put it, forward. But that's not the typical, right? When we're talking about the typical, which is not going, that's not going to happen every day. That's an exception. And it does happen, but we're not talking about the exception. We're talking about taking the next step. We're talking about practicality and understanding that these things are going to happen. Yes, but it does require for us to continue to move forward. And there's something that Spirit is saying it's time for you to take the next step, whatever that is. Each step that you take actually leaves a record of places that you've been. Like you take a look at these stones that she's stepping on, and it's actually making history as you move forward. So these little stepping stones is almost like it's a record or like a memoir of your life, of your movement through life. And it's continual, right? It doesn't stop. There's a need to take the next step forward here somewhere. And so there's something that Spirit is guiding you to move on, to move forward with. There's something here about that. So I don't know if you could be receiving, direction here. There's something that you've been working on, or there's something that you placed on pause. I don't know, but Spirit is saying there's something you're being called to move on. What baby step are you being called to take? And it might be in the direction where you feel like you're being called. It might be through the next doorway, the next open door, the next open window, the next opportunity. It may be towards something that you've set your intentions on, like a goal or some type of part of your dream that you're fulfilling. What is the next step you're being called to take? In the future here, you will be taking a step forward in some type of way. Spirit will be inviting you, because it doesn't really sound forceful. Spirit will be inviting you to take the next step on something. And then lastly, we have gateway. Again, this is about your forward movement, Capricorn. I don't know if you've been just really comfortable where you are and not really entertained with advancing or moving forward, or even, with just where things are right now, period. But there's something about you moving. There's something about you moving, because gateway is talking about open doors, opportunities, and right timing. There's something about the experience coming up here where there's going to be some movement that you're going to be guided to take, to move towards some opportunity, some invitation or advancement, something to do with being in the right place at the right time. So I'm going to pull out some tarot here. Let's see what's going on with you. Where are you going? Where are we moving to here in the future? What is headed towards Capricorn here? So right now, as I take a look at where you are right now, we have the Princess of Coins. We have the Six of Wands, the Star, and the Eight of Cups. Okay. So for someone, right where you are currently, this could be new. This could be new to you with the Princess of Cups. This says that you are, or you could be stepping into something new. But right now, this feels like you could be preparing or learning something with the Princess of Cups. That's studying energy. There's something you're studying. And you feel really good where you are with the Six of Wands. Victorious and successful. The environment is very supportive of you. You may, in fact, have mastered where you are right now. You feel very comfortable where you are. And this place represents something that you desired at one time with the star here. Did I show you the cards? Princess of Pentacles, Six of Wands. See how she's just really comfortable, like really happy, celebrating. She's like, I'm in the world. Then we have the star here. This may be a place where you, at one point, wished for and desired. This may be representing you reaching a place that, was a dream at one point in time. Well, you've been there for a while, because the Eight of Cups tells me that you're ready for another challenge. You're ready to move forward. You've gotten, I want to say you're bored, because that would be like the Four of Cups. The Eight of Cups is more like not necessarily bored, but mastered where you are. And there's really not a lot left that you feel like you can learn where you are. There's a need for like another challenge, right? The Eight of Cups is a need to move up, to continue to grow. And that's what the Oracle has said. There's time for the next step forward. The door is opening. The opportunity is right. The timing is on point. Everything is opening up for you here in the future for you to move forward, because you have exhausted everything that would be beneficial for your continuous growth where you are. Even though at one time it was good, you may have been very fulfilled there at one time. You may have even been guided there for a specific time, but that time is now up. It's time to move forward. This place where you are right now with the Eight of Cups says it doesn't really offer a lot of sustenance for you. There's no challenge. You may have just really exhumed all of the potential from where you are. And so thus the invitation forward, okay? Let's take a look for you, Aquarius. So we have the Emperor coming out, the Knight of Wands, and the World. And then the Hangman on the bottom. There's some questions about timing, like how long possibly this is going to take, or how much longer you'll be in this place. The Justice is like questions about compensation, like fair compensation here. The Moon, questions because you don't really have a clear idea of what that looks like. You could have questions. But one of the questions is going to be about how you should move forward. What does that look like? And so the Emperor is all about understanding your true power in this situation. So this could be about someone. The Emperor is like a boss, right? There could be some questions pertaining to a boss. I don't know how that, comes across, but this is what's showing up. The Emperor could also talk about you and your power, right, to make things happen and to kind of navigate efficiently what's before you, where you are right now. There's a level of power and sovereignty here, a lot of masculinity. The Emperor has a bit of like a ruling energy in this space where he is. And so there may be questions about what that's going to look like, when you walk through the door, or questions particularly about your whoever is, the authority in your current situation or where you are going. This may have some correlation with that energy. Yeah. I feel like there is something around communication. There's something around communication that you may have questions about. Because many times this Emperor, it has like this level of unspoken communication. This is the energy that actually translate communication in his action. It's just a understanding that is there with the Emperor. So there may not be, there may not be a lot of interaction or communication going on right now in a way that you would desire. There may be a little bit of inquisitiveness on who that's going to be, or who. There's something about leadership here that you have questions about. I don't know. Let me dig in a little bit deeper. Why is Capricorn questioning the Emperor, the boss, King of Wands, and the Six of Cups? So this has something to do with questions after you move, because the Six of Cups is in the past. And the King of Cups. I'm sorry, the King of Wands. The King of Wands clarified by the Six of Cups. So the King of Wands is actually a kind of like a independent energy, I want to say. Very independent energy, and it can even be interpreted as like an entrepreneurial type of energy. Very independent, not needing a lot, like a self-starter in many ways. But it's clarified by the Six of Cups, which makes me feel like it's something in the past. King of Wands, Six of Cups. Would it be that you'll miss? There's something about whether or not you'll miss your old leadership boss, maybe some level of freedom, some, type of control that you may have in your current situation. You're wondering if you'll miss the current setup. That's the best way that I can interpret that. There's questions. And then the Knight of Wands is a desire to take action and move forward. But there may be questions about how exactly to do that, maybe what exactly to do, when to do. If it's going to be too much, what you do. The Knight of Wands is it's double fire energy, which means anytime there's action taken, it's always doubly so. It's double action, right? If you tell him to just skip, he gonna hop a couple of times. If you tell him to walk, he gonna run, and so there may be some questions about how much to do right now. This is almost too, many times the Knight of Wands is accused of doing too much or using too much power. And so you may have questions about like what's doing too much, or how much you're expected to do right now. What is it that you should do, right? That it could be something simple like that. Because this says something about having a clear intention. Yeah. And there's a bit of spontaneity that comes into that is totally anti-intention, because it's like the spur of the moment. So there's something here about not really sure whether or not you should act on the spot when you feel, spontaneously like you want to act, or if it should be something more planned. Is it going to be too much or not enough? Like you have questions. And to really keep it simple, you have questions on how to move, basically. What you should do, when you should do. And then you have questions on what the next step is going to look like with the world. The Knight of Wands and the world. The world is kind of like Eight of Cups energy, right? You're done. You're about to walk the stage and move to the next level of something, of some experience, but you got questions. You know what I'm getting in my mind? There's this meme on TikTok where there's this Indian guy. He's like, wait. And they're like about to tip him over the cliff, but he's about to do like a bungee jump from a chair. And he's like, wait. I have questions. Hold on. Right. And he's like, I'm not quite ready. I don't know. Hold on. And they're about to tip him over and, over the cliff so he can bungee jump in the chair. And he's like, hold on. Don't go so fast. I have questions. I'm not quite ready for this move. That's the energy I'm getting with you, Capricorn. You just like, okay, things are moving too fast. What is happening here? Stop for a moment. Let me think about what's about to happen. That's what it feels like. You're going to have questions. I don't know if it's going to be just the discomfort of not being in control, like the Emperor. The Emperor just has this thing with control and with being, really being able to navigate and, control the timing and all of the elements in his influence. He's all about control and keeping things in order. But if for some reason things start happening and all out of order, that could cause a little bit of chaos and some questions to arise. That's what this feels like. The world talks about the ending and something else about to begin. But you have questions about this, all of this. You got questions about it all, right? None of this sits well. That spirit is about to tip you over into the depth of that valley to bungee jump. You're just like, wait. I have questions. I got questions. Don't do it yet. Hold on. So this new beginning, or this energy coming in here towards you, part of this I feel like is going to feel familiar because you're returning to something, or something is returning to you. But this time, you're going to experience it differently because there's a level. You've changed. You're not the same person that you were the last time you went through this. So there's something familiar, but there's going to be something unfamiliar about this. And it's going to be uncomfortable because the 9 of Cups comes out. The Empress comes out. The Magician comes out. And the Judgment comes out. So the 9 of Cups talks about comfort. It talks about creature comforts and being in a position where you're just being, almost like being pampered, and having all of your needs met, just being kind of like the energy of being waited on hand and foot. But this comes in as a challenge. And so there may be a change to the treatment, where you're heading, or as you're making this transition, things are changing. Yeah, with the Empress, that gives that same energy, being waited on, having people serving and bringing you. There's some energy of being really comfortable. The Magician also is a level of power, that you hold, that's going to possibly change. There's some obstacle around that. Being able to, and I feel like part of this too is being able to control what's happening. The only time the Magician has a problem is when the situation seems powerless, right? He seems powerless in the situation. And so there may be some part of this transaction that, makes you feel like you're just along for the ride. This taking small steps may be part of it too. For some of you, it may be happening too slow, or, maybe you don't want to take little steps. Maybe you just want to take a big hop and be done with it. But there seems to be some part of this process that is beyond your control. That's why Spirit is saying the next step, the next baby step, the next small step. Like, there may be even a little bit of resistance here. And it's like, well, if I can't do it this way, I'm not doing anything. Maybe that has caused you to just kind of procrastinate and abandon the whole process. But Spirit is still yet saying it's time to take the next step, whatever that is. There's some remembrance with the Judgment. There's some remembrance of the past experience here that is causing you to reflect back and to analyze your actions in some type of way and to see like where you measure. There's some judgment that you're expending on yourself and how you've maintained where you are right now. It's almost like having a quick little summary, before you move forward, a quick little flashback, just to see how you did, how you rate yourself. There's something about that that's coming in as a challenge. I don't know why. Do you feel like you gave too much or you didn't receive enough? Didn't do enough? Do you have regrets about it? Or are you proud of, what you've done? There's some analyzing of what that was. And there's something about that's presenting a challenge for you. Maybe it's just remembering and having to, come to grips that this is changing. Maybe that's the challenge. There's some level of like very top treatment though with this Empress and Nine of Cups. This feels like you have an issue with that. I don't know if it's that you will no longer feel this level of love and connection, Let's see. What you don't know is that where you're moving to is actually going to provide more financial stability. It's possibly going to actually offer more than you're expecting. And clarity may be coming in. So if you're worried about not knowing the deep, like clarity may in fact be coming through about this. And if you're a little nervous on what to do, how to do, when to do, like though that's going to come as well before you have to actually step out and make the next step, or it may come as you step forward and do the next thing, whatever that next thing is, possibly that you haven't done, right? Spirit may be in fact waiting for you to do it so that the next set of instructions can be released or the next part of information can be released. And there's some part about this, if you are feeling like you don't have a lot of control, you don't realize like you actually do have control. Like you have the deciding power in this. And that places you in a position of control. So if for some reason you're not seeing yourself as having any control or power in this situation, that's not exactly true. So what is this? What is this new door that Capricorn is about to step into? Well, the Fool came out, the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Coins. It has something to do with work, a new job, working for a new company with a Hierophant or some type of new institution, um, receiving a message. Someone may be receiving a message here, that you got the job or that you've been moved to the next part of the process. And that Page of Pentacles did come out. For some of you, you may have already started training in some type of way or started moving into this position. This is like work, a new job, work. An offer or some type of message coming in from the company or the institution. Let's see how this is going to, how this will play out for you. King of Cups, the Two of Coins. I feel like for some of you with this King of Cups, you're going to fit right in. That says that you have, not only do you have what you need to fit in there, like there's something that you have that other people don't have. The King of Cups is very different, carries very different qualities, unique qualities that is very much desired by people. And it's all about connection, connecting with people. The King of Cups has a little something, and it may be something intuitive that gives him a hand up above everybody else. You may know just different little tips and secrets, right, to connect with people on a deep, intimate level. And so he has kind of like a hand up over everyone else. And so this says that you're going to fit right in where you're going. And you may, in fact, love it better. The Two of Pentacles says that you may end up juggling for a while. There's going to be some juggling here. Maybe you're not completely letting go of the space where you're moving from. As you're transitioning over into the new space, you may find yourself juggling for a while. Or maybe you just will pick one as just the part-time and also keep the other. I see juggling here. And for others of you, there is a complete transition. And along with this transition is going to be like a change in you as well. There's going to be a change in you as well through this transition. The Hermit. Yeah, and then others of you, Five of Swords on the bottom, King of Wands. There's going to be a little bit of Four of Coins. There's going to be a little bit of separation. There's something about this new environment for some of you that's going to cause you to stick to yourselves. I don't know if that's just in the beginning until you kind of get settled in, but you may end up really being like a independent energy. And so I feel like everyone may have their different interpretation of this transition when you get on the other side. There seems to be something different about you, though, especially with the Hermit. The Hermit does not fit in everywhere, though the King of Cups does. Like the King of Cups has the ability to kind of get in where he fits in and mesh. The Hermit doesn't wish to. The Hermit is really a independent energy. The Hermit is looking for something different too than the King of Cups. And so I guess it depends on what it is that you will be looking for through this experience when you transition over. Everyone's looking for something different. Someone's looking forward to this change. Though they may be a little bit hesitant, they're looking forward to it. There's going to be a beautiful, willing release of old things that they no longer need with this Death card. This transition for someone is going to be a breath of fresh air. For others, it's going to be difficult to let go, right? There's going to be a little bit of juggling here. And so there's some transition that's coming here for you, Capricorn. And Spirit is letting you know that it will be coming in here in the future. Part of this process, there's something that you need to do to move this forward. I don't know if you've been procrastinating, if you're undecided. The Spirit is saying the door is open. Timing is of the essence. It is time to take the next step. Okay. And though it may seem tedious repeating something or going back through something again, it won't be. This is very beneficial for you. I don't even feel like this is going to feel the same because you're not the same person that you were the last time you went through this. There's possibly some part of this that you're like, okay. Ooh, okay. So I'm pulling your energy that Spirit wants you to be aware of. So first of all, we have Lakshmi. And Lakshmi brings in the energy of abundance. She's known as the golden goddess. She brings golden abundance of the universe and opens it up to you. Lots of passion. This is going to be actually probably more money than you anticipated. There's something about this emphasis on money here. Abundance is not just money, right? I always say that, but I do feel like that's being emphasized here because the 10 of Cups came out. The 10 of Cups came out, and the 2 of Cups did too, which talks about the ship coming in. There's something that you can expect, maybe even more than you're expecting, right? But Lakshmi brings in that energy. But to take this a little deeper, Lakshmi is of the energy of the solar plexus chakra. And the solar plexus chakra is all about our ability to show up in the world and really be in our authentic selves. It is the ego self. It is recognizing our power and the ego of who we are, recognizing who we are and what we're capable of. So this is calling you out to stand up in your power. There's possibly something that you're being called to do here. There's something that you're being called to do here. Because the solar plexus is like realizing your potential in the world. And whenever we talk about potential, it's always interconnected and it's tied to purpose, and many times tied to other people's purpose. Like there's this interwoven purpose that we're all a part of as we realize we're all connected, right? This is about you showing up and really fulfilling your purpose. That gives me the energy of the King of Cups too, because that's the kind of energy we're talking about, is standing in some part of your authentic nature and standing right where you belong and fitting like a hand in a glove, right? And so that is where we find our abundance. Abundance is not always money, even though this is related to money. This is also the abundance of your happiness and your health, the abundance of your contentment. Even when we talk about spirituality, the King of Cups is very much connected to his inner presence. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to stand in his authenticity and connect with other people on that level. It's even spiritual abundance. She comes to bring all of that and to awaken the inner part of who you are. There's something possibly that you're being called to do and stand up in. Now, here's the twist in all of this. We have Krishna and Radha, which is bringing in love. This place where you're going may, in fact, be where you find your next boo thing. There's something about opening your heart to divine love that is present. There may be a connection on that side as well. Mm-hmm. And so this is a part of that abundance that's being brought in, even when it comes to love and connections. This is a part of that too. And this is not just any love either. This is like, when we really dig into this energy, this is divine counterpart. Like this may in fact be something that is arranged specifically for you, Capricorn. Now this comes in through the heart chakra. And so this will require for you to be open and receptive to this energy. The instruction is to open your heart. Okay. So that's your part in this. It says to divine love. This is not just, crazy walking down the street, because we done learned how to cross the street when we see crazy coming our way. Right, Capricorn? We've learned that. But this is something that is being sent from the divine. Okay? That has possibly been there waiting for you to arrive and align with it. Okay? It says that is present. That means it's already there. It's waiting for you to show up and align. And then lastly, we have Saraswati, which brings in the energy around the throat chakra for expression, creative expression. So there is some, gift. There's some gift here, and it is coming in through the throat chakra. There's a creative, expressive gift. I'm led to believe it has something to do with a creative communication of some kind. That is your, what do they call it? It's your bag, your creative expression. That's your bag. Okay. And so there's something about you opening up and using what you have. And looking into it. It says use your creative gifts and exploration. So there's even something there that you may not even realize yet that you can use to add on, to this ability, to increase abundance in your life. Gateways are opening. Doorways are opening, opportunities are opening. And what you find on the other side may in fact be more than you even anticipate. Yeah. All right, that's what I have here for you, Capricorn. I'm excited for you. Let me know, talk to me if this is you. Let me know what this is. I do feel like it is. The Eight of Pentacles is work, hard work, consistent work, loyalty to the work. And then the Fool is moving in a new direction, though. So it could be something new, like a new job. The Knight of Swords is receiving some message or announcement. It could be an email, or I'm led to believe it's going to be something quick, because the Knights are quick. It could be a text message, a call that comes through. And so let me know. I don't know. Let me know. Okay, this is what came out for you in the future, this transition into this next step, which ends up being some kind of unfolding of something for you. Okay, let us know what it is. Do share, honey. Do share. Okay. All right. I am going to let you guys go. It has been Blood Moon Oracle, bringing in predictions for Aquarius as they're processing these next steps that Spirit is directing them to take. Okay. We're not going to sit on the blessings. We're not going to sit on the opportunities. We are not going to sit on or just stand at the door and not walk through them. No, we're going to walk through them and see what's on the other side. Okay. That is for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for stopping by. It has been Blood Moon Oracle. Again, this is a general read, but if you're looking for something personal, hit me up right there at LettiSpeak@gmail.com. I will talk back. Until next time, you all take care. Thanks for stopping by, and do it. There's nothing to it but to do it. Okay.